Hold on to your butts.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Keep that shit coming. I like that a lot. Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, we can hear my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't has no chill. I'm who I are, I'm who I is. Taylor suit and I play the part. Buck a fire, how you mesmerize. Black Austin pies, man that I.
Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of TDG Live. That is the dating game live. We're doing something a little bit different here tonight. I am taking over the dating game from Sean. Sean has some business to take care of tonight. So we're still going to bring a live stream here on TG. April the 19th, 2025. It is Easter weekend. Hope everybody's doing fine. So we are off the couch day, and I am behind the camera, or in front of the camera, if you will. And we're just going to go over some Reddits, read a couple of different Reddit stories, and I'm going to make some rulings. I'm going to be judge, jury, and executioner today, reading some Reddits and offering some advice to people that are asking questions about dating out in the dating world. So thanks for tuning in. If there's a like button on the platform that you're watching this on, do me a favor, mash that like button, and we're going to get right into it. I've got a couple of different Reddit stories here. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to offer some advice in only the way that I can. But if anybody tunes in on the live stream and have something to say, or if they're catching this on the replay and have something to add to it, certainly add to this conversation and see if you can help these people out, because folks got questions and we're going to give them answers. So let's jump right into it. We're going to hit off with this first one here. And this one is titled, "To Vent, Total Douche." Yeah. Let's see what this person has to say. All right. Can y'all see that? Y'all see me? Let me see if I can change this up a bit. Nope, not like that. We'll do that like, we'll do this like this. Y'all might not see that. I'm going to make that bigger. That's what she said. Let's make this bigger. Boom, 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 boom. Bow. What does that look like? Yeah, we'll make it work. All right. First story is titled, "Need to Vent, Total Douche." I matched with some gym bro earlier today. Wasn't shocked about it, but whatever. I'll stay open-minded. The main thing that drew me to him was that he was looking for non-conformists, which piqued my interest. After we matched, he said he wanted to talk on the phone, so we got on the phone. I tell him I'm a lawyer. Okay, so you're in the gym and you're a lawyer. Shout out to you. And he said several times, "You're a book nerd." And I'm like, I guess. Who even says that anymore? It's not going well. He then starts going off about being anti-government and hesitant about dating me because I'm a lawyer, and says he's very physically attracted to me. I roll. I know where this is going. And I'm a public defender, so that doesn't even make sense. Then he starts going off about loving America and plant medicine, which, honey, I know about plant medicine. This is about 10 minutes in or so. I then start talking about where I'm from, and call ends abruptly, like he lost service. So I text, "It was nice chatting with you, but I don't think we're a match. Best wishes." He then texts, "LOL, okay. That's why I hung up on you. We're not on the same level. You're beautiful, though. So if you want to be friends, I'm open to that." I text, "Not after you hung up on me. That's incredibly rude," and I block him. Who the F do dudes think they are? Not on the same level? And the audacity to say that we can still hook up. He's tripping. Anyway, that's one for the books. LOL. Let's just take this into account. Okay, for you to claim to be a lawyer, the way you leads me to believe that I'm not so sure I would want you publicly defending me on anything. Okay. Because I read what you wrote, and me talking made it sound like I didn't have an education. But let's just see here. So she matches with the gym bro, which if you know how a gym bro is, 8 out of 10, they think that creatine is a personality. But she's looking to keep an open mind, which I can respect that. Okay, so she's a lawyer doing the Lord's work as a public defender. And the first thing that this man says is, "You're like a book nerd." Okay. His intelligence level probably matches whatever kind of car that he drives too. He then goes on to say that he's anti-government, but also loves America. I mean, this guy was telling you how he was. There's a difference between keeping an open mind versus just full on, this person is wasting your time. The fact that he then hung up mid convo, ghosting her like Verizon had dropped a call, only to text back LOL okay. That's classic gym bro. You knew he was a gym bro to begin with. So here's my final judgment. He wasn't looking for a connection. He was looking for a yoga partner with benefits and a fake sense of death. So I think you did the right thing, texting respectfully, according to your version anyway, and getting the most petty response back, and block with a purpose. So final ruling, y'all are indeed not on the same level, but I'll be careful about who you give your energy to the next time around. Judge TDG Smith has spoken. What's the next case here? Let me see what we have. Next case, this one is titled, "Should I give a guy a chance whose pictures aren't flattering, but he has everything else I would want in a guy?" Automatically, I don't like this one. So I'm going to tell y'all, I haven't read these in advance. I picked them based on the title, and then I read a few words to see if it would be worth discussing. So I haven't fully read these. So let's see what this next one is all about. This one says, "So I started trying online dating again. My last relationships on dating apps were an absolute nightmare. So I was trying to be more picky with who I decided to date. I swiped right on a guy who had everything regarding religion, similar hobbies, same age, set in his career, etc. In his profile picture, he looked average. There's wrong with looking average. Most people are average. Then you've got the high end of the rating and the low end of the rating. I digress. I'm okay with average if his personality is good. Automatically, I would disqualify her. Usually, that you can make a man more attractive or vice versa if he's attractive but doesn't have a good personality. I find myself turned off. He didn't really have any pictures of himself, just a profile picture and one other picture where there was a large group and I can barely see him. He started uploading more on his profile and also gave me his Instagram. I realized that the profile picture was the best one that he had, and even that is average. Overall, I don't find him attractive, but he's really kind to me and we have a lot in common. I also would feel bad for telling him I'm not interested when so far I've been pretty engaging with him. He asked me to meet him in person now, and I'm debating going and seeing if I find him more attractive in person versus his photos. But I don't know if I would just be leading him on at this point. Should I give him a chance or break it off? I'm 33 years old, and it feels like there's always something. I know there is no perfect guy, but I don't feel like my standards are that high, yet I can't find a partner. So she's 33, back on the dating apps after escaping some relationship stories or whatever, and she's more selective now. Look, the older you get, the easier it's not going to be. So let's just start there. She matches with a dude who seemingly checks all of the boxes: religion, hobbies, age, and etc. All like a well-aligned, well-written resume. Okay, if you want to look at it like that way, cool. But before you meet somebody in person, like on meeting online and engaging in person is completely different. I'm going to share a story that happened to me before well, towards the end, but I'm going to continue with this story. She said that his looks wasn't quite what she would have preferred. Translation, he doesn't get her wet downstairs. Okay, that's fine. So she's torn about meeting him in person. My verdict is this: don't waste his time. That's how I'm going to say it. If you don't have a burning desire to meet this person, don't waste his time. Yet, I am going to say this: there is a completely different energy that people can give in person versus what they're giving from an app or just texting or even video chatting for that matter. It's just not the same. You shouldn't have to second guess meeting somebody just based off of their looks. That's the way that I see it. All right. So, final ruling: swipe left with grace. Tell him respectfully that you're just not interested and bounce. Don't, I should give him a chance, because I'm going to tell you right there, that's just disrespectful to him. All right. I wish somebody would say, I gave him a chance and I found out later on. I was your chance? Man, get out of here. Next story. I was your chance. Ugh. Ugh. This next one is entitled, I'm just so over men's behavior at this point. And this person didn't actually ask any questions, they were just venting. But I think that there is something here, so let's comment on it. I'm just so over men's behavior at this point. It never fails. Men who have rejected me or ghosted me come back around months later and swipe right again. Then, if I match with them, they'll just unmatch me again. Why swipe right on me in the first place? Some are remorseful and apologize, saying it didn't work out with the girl they chose. I'm not going to be someone's second choice. I deserve better. I pay my own bills and I take care of my son. I'm a good person and I'm so tired of being seen as less than. I'm good enough to bone, but not good enough to date. I feel so checked out at this point, but yet I keep hanging on to hope. Here's the deal. She's saying that she's getting ghosted and rejected and passed over like free samples at Costco, only for months later these same dudes to come crawling back like roaches when the lights turned off, swiping right, only just to unmatch again like it is some kind of a sport. Some of these dudes even had the nerve to apologize. That's cringe on me. It's like, hey, it didn't work out with the girl that I actually picked. So since you still here, what's up? And here's the other part to that. They're not really swiping right on you to date you. They're swiping right on you just to smash. Point blank, period. They're not trying to take you as somebody that's serious. Okay? So don't let these dudes treat you like it's the NBA draft. You over here waiting in the green room, hoping to get picked after the person in the first round got their ACL torn, and here you are in the third round, ready to go. It's great that you know what your worth is. Yet I'm gonna tell you that men, depending on what age you are, and I'm speaking in general terms here, men are looking for certain things. It's great that you can take care of yourself. Some people value that, others don't. It's great that you are a good person. That's fantastic, actually. But part of your problem is that you're on the apps and you'd likely live in a small-ish or kind of a mid-sized town. So you're only getting the same people over and over again without expanding where your reach is and where you would like to date. Unfortunately, when you're on the apps, that's the plight that you have to deal with. So if you want to get a better selection of men, you need to look elsewhere. I would suggest going on somebody's show like Kendra G, because her show is worldwide. Be open to meeting somebody outside of where you live. If you're going to sit there and be matching with the same people that are likely have the same values, you're going to get the same result every single time. The only time that you're not going to get that same result is if some new person comes in that doesn't know your history, doesn't know anything about you, and you can try to have that organic meeting with that person, right? That's my ruling on that. So saith Judge Smith. Let's take a look at the next one here. This was entitled, If They Want to, They Would. I think most of these have been from ladies. Did I pick any that were from men? Let's find out. Let's see what this person wrote here. If they wanted to, they would. Which, just by the title of that, I'm going to agree. So this person called Fun Size Queen, I like that, a 20-year-old lady, said something I'm still learning myself. I have to remind myself every now and then, if you have to always text or call first, ask to hang out, ask for attention, and wonder if they care, the answer is they don't care. I do get that everybody's busy. However, no one is busy 24/7. Everyone under the age of 40 is on their phone at least 70% of the day in some capacity, male or female. If they can go multiple days without speaking to you, they don't want you. If when they talk to you, especially at night, and it turns out to be 70 to 100% sexual, they don't care about you. If they don't at least check on you and say, hey, or I'm busy, but I just wanted to say hi, I hope your day is going well, they don't care, whether it's dating or in a relationship. I believe that you don't have to talk all day to one another, but it should be every day unless stated otherwise. If you actually cared about someone, how could or would you forget to talk to them? So she's saying if they wanted to, they would. Let's see how I feel about this one. All right, I think that it's simple. If they wanted to, they would. I totally agree with that. This person is admitting that I guess they're still learning that. And I had to learn this one as I got a little bit older too. Let's see. Part of her points is she's saying if you always got to text first, or if you always got to ask to hang out, or are you wondering that they even care? I'm going to say this. You've already solved everything that you need to know right there. If it's a one-way street and you're the one that's going and putting too much energy into it, I wouldn't do it. All right. Brittany Renee over on YouTube, shout out to you. She's a regular on the show and we love having her. She said, it's priorities. People make time for the things that they value. He don't care. 100%. I agree with you. This person just simply doesn't care. Life be life, and don't get me wrong. Yet, depending on where you are in the dating scene and things like that, I can almost tell you that some people they're juggling multiple people, and dating takes time, and time is one of our precious commodities. You can't get back time. And I can tell you right now, I was never the type of person that would handle multiple conversations because I just don't have the capacity to do it. I tried it. It did not work well. I accidentally called somebody else's name on a text message one time, and it was not pretty. That ended exactly how you think that should have ended. So I'm going to put it like this. It's a red flag if they go more than, let's say, 48 hours without tapping in. I always tell people that you should treat it like, because I play sports, like a basketball pass. If I'm chatting, it should be a bit of a back and forth. I pass the ball to you, you pass the ball back to me. If I pass the ball to you and you haven't passed the ball back to me, then you're not going to be effective in trying to play that sport and move things along. I get people are busy, yet there has to be a bit of a back and forth. All right. And you did say that people are on their phones 70% of the day. I don't know about that one. But my ruling on this one is stop accepting crumbs and calling it a connection. If you're the one feeling as though you always have to initiate, you're not building a bond, you're managing a project. And I'm going to tell y'all, managing projects are not worth it. My final judgment, let them go be busy with somebody else's energy. You deserve to be matched consistently, intentionally, and without needing a reminder app just to talk to somebody. And Brittany, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you adding your input. Let's see. How many more do we have? I think we have 2 more here that I'm going to read out. So let me get this set up here, and we're going to continue. This next one is entitled Casual Dating, and I think this was written by another lady as well. So let's see what this person has to add to the conversation. Blueberries. I don't know how to say that. Blue Babies 44 said, "Hey everyone, I'm wondering about casual dating. I recently got out of a long and serious relationship, and so don't want to start anything serious with anyone else for a long time. I use the apps and hook up with people on nights out." Oh, so she getting busy. "Every time I meet someone, I tell them that I'm only looking for something casual. I read that as friends with benefits." I'm gonna say that plain and clear for those of y'all that are initiated and don't know. She then writes, "A few weeks ago, I met someone from Bumble. He's in a similar boat to me where he doesn't want anything serious because of a previous relationship. We've met up a few times now. Usually it's just hanging out at my place. We'll sometimes go for a walk or a drink too. We get along, have good sex, talk on the surface level, and sometimes about deeper stuff. He asked if he could leave a toothbrush at my place, which I thought was a bit weird and didn't fall under the casual umbrella. But then he said that it was purely for convenience and it didn't mean anything. I'm starting to fancy him a little bit, even though it's only been a few weeks. So my question is, what is actually the difference between casual dating and normal dating? Is it just that we don't intend to get in a relationship, or is there something more? How long does casual dating usually last? Because surely someone will catch feelings and get hurt. I don't want a relationship with this man, but at the same time, it doesn't feel casual because we actually talk and cuddle rather than just having sex. I'm confused." Okay, she doesn't put what her age is. Man, I really would like to know her age before I gave some inputs to this one. But let's run this down. So this person just got out of a long-term relationship, trying to stay off the deep end. No commitments, no titles, just vibes and a good playlist, some wine, and blowing backs out. That's how I read that. They met somebody from an app. Okay. That person also said casual intentions, casual meetups, everything casual, cool, great, adults being honest, at least on the surface anyway. But then we got the plot twist. Old buddy brings up leaving the toothbrush over. Why is it that he's coming to your place often? That's what I would like to know. Is there anything that's precluding you from going to his place? Okay. And the toothbrush thing, why, you know, it starts with things that are small. I'm just going to say that. It's going to start with the toothbrush. Then the next thing you know, is going to be something else. But to me, this isn't just about convenience. I think that there is a good level of this dude is enjoying you. You sound like you want to keep it casual, and you should explain it that way. I think you might be confused, which is what you said, but you're confused by what your own boundaries are. I believe that men will typically try, if they're feeling you, if they're giving you time to match whatever your energy is. So talk and cuddle, yeah, I'll give you talking, I'll give you cuddling. And if you want to get down in the bedroom later on, we can do all of those things. So, in my opinion, I think that this guy's trying to match you. Now, if you set clear boundaries on what you do and don't want, and he breaks those boundaries, then he's the one that is confused. You asked what's the difference between, how did you write this? Casual dating and normal dating. I think that casual dating is more friends with benefits. I don't call that. You've got their number, they've got your number. You sometimes call whenever you just want a warm body or to go and do something with and hook up. But there is no checking in with this person. Hey, I want to share something with you, get my feelings out, and vice versa. So take out the word casual, call it friends with benefits, and set clear established boundaries. Normal dating is more I'm trying to get to know you to lead to something that's a little bit more serious. But even now, I think dating is just messed up definition. I think dating today isn't really dating. It's more it's more transactional based and financial based. That's my 2 cents on it. That's my 2 cents on it. So establish boundaries. Don't call it casual dating. Call it what it is. Seeing a friends with benefits. And if y'all two can honor that type of a thing together, then great. You've got something that works for you. He's got something that works for him. If not, I'm telling you, there's a whole people out there in the world, and you can find somebody that can meet that. So clear up your confusion. Don't call it casual dating. Tell him you're seeking a friend with benefits, and you're not really trying to have that, hey, how was your day type of conversation. If that is what you indeed want, clear it up, establish boundaries. Let's see what the next one is titled here. The next one is titled, I'm so tired of online dating. Let's see. All right, let's bring this one up here on the screen. I'm so tired of online dating. This one was written by Every Glow, which let's see if they have it in their profile. Looks to be a lady. Oh, yeah, she'll say it here. Okay, says support needed. Why can't anyone meet people organically anymore? Thank you. I know times have changed, but I am so done in all capitals with dating apps. Like I seriously went through 4 people since the beginning of the year, and I just cannot anymore. I deleted all my dating apps and I am fucking done. I just want to naturally meet someone, but I feel like that this will be fucking impossible. I'm a fresh 30-year-old. She said a fresh 30. No kids, have a job, have my own nice car. I have plenty of hobbies and I enjoy what I do. I go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. Like, I just don't understand why it's so hard to get anyone to even notice you, no matter how attractive you are. People just mind their business and no one takes shots in person anymore. I don't drink, so I don't go to the bar, which is a popular social thing, but I don't want to be asked out by drunkards. I hate alcohol, so I'm just renting out of frustration because I will probably be single for the rest of my life. Oh man, let's break this down. 30 years old, and she wrote a fresh 30. Okay. I wonder what's a fresh 30. No kids, a good job, nice car, hobbies, gym gains, and aren't getting hollered at all. I'm gonna tell y'all, there's been a shift in how men approach ladies in the wild. I think post Me Too movement, people that really have a lot going for themselves, they're not trying to get hemmed up. Unless you show genuine attraction and you give choosing signals to somebody that has a lot to lose, they're simply not going to approach people in the wild. I'm not going to say that that's an absolute thing. It's a high probability that it's not going to happen. Especially, you have to consider that I believe that the people that she wants are like coupled up and with other people. So she's like a man over the age of 30 that has something going for themselves. Typically, those guys fit 2 categories. Category number 1, they already are matched up with somebody and they're off the market, so to speak. So you can take them off. Category 2, they're hustling themselves and they don't have time for dating. Again, we said earlier in this live stream that time is one of your most precious commodities, people. Time. So if you're out there on your purpose, doing your thing, and you see somebody that's nice walking down the sidewalk, what would be the point of giving them a compliment? You can certainly compliment people. I'm not saying don't compliment people that you're not trying to like get to know or get in bed with or anything like that. I'll compliment people all the time. that I'm not trying to, do anything with. I don't compliment people if like they're with their significant others. But if I see somebody that has like nice hair or a dude that's rocking a dope suit, I say, hey man, nice suit. Or I'll say to the lady, love your hair, whatever. But the reason why you're not getting anything is because you yourself are in a category that makes it harder for young ladies your age to get somebody that's going to hit on you. I think you want attention. I think you want attention. And since you're not getting it, it could be a function of where you live and what social economic range you're in with people that are also looking to date. So you're not the only one. All right. Organic dating today does feels like trying to catch lightning in a mason jar. You could be the full package with a whole side of emotional intelligence and still be overlooked because people are still staring at their phones, swiping left, swiping right. We're in that type of culture, or nervous to approach people, or already in a relationship. That's your struggle. I would tell you that it's the wild, wild west out there. If you see somebody that you're attracted to, shoot your shot. I know it would feel nice to be seen, especially when you've gotten cute, you've gotten dressed up, you've got the gym gains showing and everything. So if you want to get some motion in the ocean out there, shoot your shot. Maybe take the first step and put yourself out there to be in a relationship. That's what happened with me. The relationship that I'm in, I've been dating someone here for over 2.5 years, and she shot her shot with me. I wasn't looking for anything when my lady and I got into a relationship. And I told her that. I told her that straight up. Yet we still communicated, we maintained a friendship, and that friendship turned into something more. But when her and I first got together, it was over a game night. And when she left, I was just like, all right, nice to meet you. And she walked out. And if she didn't call the host to say, hey, I think he's feeling me, but he didn't really give me anything. Well, I wasn't playing games or anything. I told the people that tried to link us up together that I wasn't looking or interested in, dating anybody. At the time, I didn't have time and I wasn't looking. So while I thought she was attractive and everything like that, I didn't really say anything to her because I wasn't looking. But if she didn't shoot her shot by letting me know that she was interested, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we've gotten today. So to this person whose name is Every Glow, you need to put yourself out there. That's my advice to you. All right. Let's see. Let me see if we got any comments to that one before I go to the next case here. All right, taking a look. We don't have any comments, so let's continue. I think we got one or two more. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This one is titled, Why Do Some Guys Change After Sex? By Honest Philosopher. This person writes, so I'm 25 and I've noticed a pattern in my dating experiences. They say that things start off great. Guys are consistent, communicative, and claim they're looking for something serious. I make it clear from the start that I'm not just looking for something casual. We've defined what casual is earlier, and they always say they're on the same page. But then once we sleep together, the energy shifts. They either become distant, less responsive, or things just go out altogether. It's frustrating and confusing. Does having sex too early make guys not see you as girlfriend material? Is there a waiting period you're supposed to follow to be taken seriously? I just want to understand why sex ruins everything. Look, it's sex ruins everything. It's that they lied to you, and you have to get better about seeing through that. They lied to you. You're 25. You say that you're smart and that you're self-aware and not here for games, and that you're upfront from the jump. That's fantastic. But what you're going to notice is that people, when they say casual, casual means hooking up. Let's just make that definition known. Okay. So a guy is going to be all of the things. He's going to be like the old army slogan, be all that you can be until he gets the booty. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. All right. So you're saying that they'll be communicative, they're doing all of the things, and then bam, you drop it like it's hot, and then it fizzles out and turns cold. This isn't a hard thing to solve, young lady. This isn't a hard thing to solve. They got the booty, they got the draws, as Tommy used to say on Martin, and that's it. It was never about having anything more with you. So if you want to know about a waiting period, I'm going to say this. Like the earlier Reddit said, if they wanted to, they would. So if you were to take sex off the table, a man, if they were looking for just sex, would go get it from someplace else, and vice versa, right? If you're a lady that's looking for that and the guy doesn't want it, and you need to go get it from someplace else, you're going to do that. If they wanted to, they would. That also applies for taking sex off the table. Sex seems to be ruining a lot of things when it comes to dating. And most men, I'm not going to say all, men in their 20s are raging hormones. And it's something that if it's on the table, they're going to look at feeding from that table. Okay. So if you want to know if somebody's interested in more than just sex, take sex off the table. See if they're willing to go to the bookstore with you. See if they're willing to check out things that you like, hobbies and stuff that you have. And you have to give that person that same energy as well. If y'all are willing to be around that person while they're enjoying something in their hobbies, or let's say y'all go on like a mutual date, and again, take sex off the table, and you still enjoy each other's company, then that's somebody that you might want to be able to go, let's see if I can give up the cookies. Even then, you have to be careful. There is no right formula for this one, unfortunately. There is no, oh, we got to wait 3 months or 6 months or until we get married. Again, it's about your values and your principles. I am going to tell you that most of the guys that you're likely seeing likely have the same values and the same traits. And you should really evaluate the type of man that you're seeking. That's how that's how I look at that. You should evaluate the type of people that you're looking at. But you say sex ruin things. Nope. Sex doesn't ruin things. There's this thing called post-nut clarity, and clarity being the operative word makes that the thing that you should really highlight and have an understanding of. These men now have the clarity of, I really didn't like you like that. I just wanted to get one off with you. So understand that. Sex doesn't ruin things. It just provides that extra clarity. We're going to do one more here, and then we're going to call it a night. So this next one is titled, Finding Nerdy Men is Hard Because They're at Home Too Much. I got an easy one for this one. This one's actually not going to be that hard to offer a ruling on. So Ambitious Medicine 68 writes the following. I, a 34-year-old female, love nerds, specifically the manly nerds who gym, shoot, and are into combat sports, but also play D&D, collect Pokemon cards, put together Legos, and play video games. I know that they're out there because I've dated them before, but finding them is hard. I've tried dating guys who aren't nerds, at least partially, and it's a flop. I want someone who will go to the gym with me, but also understand that I want to rewatch the Hobbit trilogy and I'll cry during the final battle. It doesn't help that I'm also an introvert who stays at home and the gym. And then she wrote, edit, I'm trying to respond to everyone, but I didn't expect so many people to be in the same boat. Here's hoping we all find that partner that we're looking for. I didn't make this post a guy. I don't know where you're from, age, what you look like, etc. So please know that. I was just venting, as the tag says. So this person was just venting. Look, if you want to find you a nerdy man that's into the gym, but will also pick out that draw two plus attack, you've got to go where they are. And there are all kinds of conventions. I go to the conventions like Comic Con in New York. I've been twice. It's a fantastic convention. Depending on your ethnicity, there's a convention in DC called Blurred Con. Blurred is a mix of black and nerd. Blurred, Blurred Con. And Blurred Con has a range of nerds that are into a range of hobbies, that are into a range of things. Okay. There were even workout days that were there. So if you were looking for that black nerd that also enjoys working out, they had fitness at Blurred Con, where it was the main focus with a certified fitness instructor, and they had workout days throughout the entire convention. That if you wanted to meet with nerds that were also into fitness, that may also be looking to date, you got to go where they're at. So, depending on where you live, seek those type of conventions. If you live near DC, figure out when the next Blurred Con is and show up to Blurred Con. You will see me. I've gone to, I think Blurred Con has happened 6 times, and I've been to 2 of the 6 that they've had, and it's a fantastic offering. My lady and I went this past year, and it was a mixed experience for me because I was going through some health issues at the time. So while I still had fun, I really didn't get to enjoy it the way that I would like to because I was limited to walking while I was there. That was my second time. The first year that I went, I had a blast, an experience. So you need to go where the nerds are at. You can't be an introvert, be in your house, and expect to find somebody that is also a nerd and into fitness. You got to make concessions. That's what I'd offer you. That one was a lot easy, but I am curious to see what other people would have said. So let's scroll down into here. This person says, "I to Henry Cavill DMs nonstop till he recognized." People don't know that Superman is a huge nerd and likely still plays World of Warcraft, which I play World of Warcraft. I might be playing World of Warcraft tonight. Let's see. What are some of the things that people said here? I was going to slide into your DMs, but you said Hobbit instead of Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is nerd talk right here. They put down the gauntlet. They responded in kinds. That's fair. I just love the wars, which came back short kings assemble. How many people reacted to this? Does it show that 1.1K interactions and 531 comments? This person wrote, "I've often said I'll never meet my soulmate because she's also sitting on the couch instead of going out like me." And they wrote accurate. You got to get to the cons. Here goes a mail. "We're here, finished the gym just now, and going to play games and watch Netflix and try and crochet. 38-year-old male. Peace is better than the dating pool as of right now. Best of luck to you." How did people respond to that guy? "I wish I had the dexterity for crochet, but luckily I have friends who will make me cute things." And somebody else followed that up with, "So you can't meet nerdy friends. So you can't meet nerdy friends of your friends or let them set you up with somebody." Hey, that's a good response. To which the original poster hasn't came back and said anything to you. But this is also an option, right? If you're nerdy like that and you've got friends, do your friends have nerdy friends that fit your category? You might have to have that warm lead. Plain and simple. Hey, and right here, this person said it perfectly. Go to the events, join a D&D league, go to board game bars, a Comic Con, a Pokemon Go convention. These are the type of things that actually get these guys out of the house. You may have to be the pursuer a lot of times. And she says, "I don't mind initiating, but I'm just as bad for not going out." So you realize that you're your own problem, and that's great. It's good that you know that. And again, they were just venting, which is what they put in the tag at the top. But you got to get out and go find the people that you're looking for. You can't be the one to sit back and just hope that that fit, nerdy D&D dungeon master comes to you. Do we have any comments before I end? Do not. Let's see. Do I have an outro? Oh, I was going to share the story of what happened when somebody was talking to me online, and then what happened when they met me in person. So, final thoughts here, and I'm going to share that story. People on Reddit are seeking advice because people are more connected than they are face to face. I like to talk to people in the wild. I also like to listen, right? My advice that I offer isn't necessarily advice that people will find it easy to do. It's hard to go out of your comfort zone. I get that. But as a 40-year-old male, I understand that you often have to take a lot of balls. Let me change that to be more neutral. You have to take life by its energy and go living. One of the earlier Reddits, I talked about being off of the apps, and I'm sorry, how somebody said that they were wanting to give somebody a chance. And I remember I joined this group, and I think it was called like Over 30 Singles or something like that. I shouldn't have been in that group. I don't recommend people join groups like that. There are people that have success, but for me, it was interesting. So it was like over 30 singles in the DMV area. I live in Maryland. I don't mind sharing that. And what they have you do is they have you put a picture and an intro when you join the group. So I did. It's like, hey, my name's King. I live in Maryland, yada, yada. And I added what I thought was one of my best pictures. And I had a few people reach out to me, but one that stood out was there was some back and forth with a lady, and I had the conversation, and I should have just ended it because I'm going to y'all, I did not find, well, I thought she was attractive. Wasn't necessarily, didn't catch me initially, but as we were, excuse me, as we were started talking, she goes, so how tall are you? Now, I'm 5'7.5". I like to say 5'8" to round up, right? So I've never had anything about my height. I've never had any issues by it, whatever. But I know that I've been discarded because I don't hit the 6 foot range, whatever. I've never cared about it. I've dated somebody that was over 6 foot tall, right? If you like me and I like you, what's up? Anyway, when I told her that I was 5'7", she immediately ghosted me. Didn't say anything. And I was just like, well, okay. I would have preferred a respectful, not interested, than just ghosted. She doesn't owe me that, but that told me everything that I needed to know about her. Well, fast forward about 5 or so weeks, and I'm at this event, and this person was at that same event, and she recognized me because I have a pretty unique name. It's not that difficult to hear the name King and be like, I wonder if that's the same King that I met online. I got a pretty unique face too, and a big ass head. And they saw me and approached a little bit later on and was like, hey, is your name King? And we had name tags. So I looked down and I was like, yeah. And she introduced herself, and I didn't really pay attention to it because it was something like Stephanie, like a name that is very common. And I'm still not really catching what's going on. And she was like, we met on the app. And I said, oh, yeah. And I immediately thought, you ghosted me. But I didn't say that because I was in my mode. Like when I'm out in public, I'm the same way that I am on this live stream, right? And she goes, I really like your attitude and things. And, I've been hearing you talk or whatnot, and I'd like to get to know you a little bit more. Let's go bowling or something. And, she framed it as just go out and have a good time. And I immediately remembered once she reconnected with who she was, or she connected who she was, and I recalled that she ghosted me. I'm like, yeah, I think I told her that I was seeing somebody and I lied. And that's the one thing that I wished I didn't do. I wished I didn't lie to her and told her that I was seeing somebody. I just wasn't interested because I remember how she ghosted me, and I should have just said, I'm not interested in being that guy that gets a rebound or a second chance after a dismissal for just my height, right? And I'm gonna say she was about maybe an inch and a half taller than me. So what made me more attractive in person than it was just actually seeing that or hearing that or reading that I was 5'7"? All of a sudden, seeing me in person made me more attractive. So that's the story that I wanted to share based on that Reddit earlier, where she said, should I give him a chance? Do him a favor. If you don't get wet by that initial picture or whatnot, don't think that you're giving that person a chance. Go find somebody that does get you wet downstairs. That's my advice. All right. Shout out to everybody that's going to tune in on the replay. Sean, make sure you have a live stream next week. Otherwise, I'm going to hijack your channel again and read some Reddits here on the dating game. Thank y'all for tuning in. My name is The Actual King Smith, and I'm out. Peace.
Let's get it. Shake it like understand who I is. Not that many gon' do it like this. Bob your head, we can hit my shit, but I'm on my shit. I ain't has no chill. I'm who I are, I'm who I is. Taylor Susan, I play the part. Fuck a fire, how you mesmerize. Black Austin pies, man, that I'm stupid. Then again, oh so clever on my